Okay, I think you'll get a kick out of this one. It's pretty cool. It's called Sweep1Rail, and it lets us take a shape and then put objects on that shape and have them follow that path. It's almost like a follow me in SketchUp. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm sharing my screen, and we'll go to Rhino. The idea is that we want to have a path along here, and then we want to put shapes on that path that are what's called normal, perpendicular to that shape, and then we can whoosh, sweep those three together. So what I'm going to do is first of all draw a curve in the top view. I could use my curve tools, but I want to show you another pretty great one here. I've got a spiral curve tool here that I can draw a spiral. First, you establish the line of the spiral. I'm going to hold down Shift to get that nice and straight. And then it says, well, how big do you want the spiral to start? I'd kind of like to start pretty big there. And then how big would you like it to be when you end? Almost nothing. So you can see what I've got now. I've got a spiral showing up here in the right window. In my perspective window, I can see that it's a 3D shape. It works in 3 dimensions. And then from the top and the front, I get these kind of views. So now what I'm going to do is come over here and say, I want to make a ram's horn out of this thing, maybe. So my ellipse center, I can click right here, but watch this too. I can also say, I want to draw that vertically. So if I click on vertical, it gives me a chance to draw that ellipse in a vertical orientation. And again, if I hold down the Shift key, I get it straight. And as you know, ellipses work by 2 sets of points, one that establishes the outer shape, one that establishes that inner circle or the inner oval. So now I've got an oval drawn, or an ellipse drawn right there on the end of my big spiral that I drew. And you can see it in the different views, how it's working so far. So like that. Now what I want to do is draw another ellipse, different size. Maybe I'll use a circle this time. Again, I can click vertical and I can draw it right here on the end, and I'm just going to make a tiny one. And like that. So I could make it, off on a different angle or something like that, but that's going to work. Okay, we have what we need. Surface, sweep one rail. Sweep one rail says over here, select one rail. That's the rail that I want to use. Select the sweep shapes. You can have as many as you want. So I'm going to click that one, and then say return. It says I'm going to make the seam right along here. If that's okay with you, it is. And it shows me more or less what we have just created. Now there's a couple of things. If I hit close, sweep, it disappears. The whole thing goes away. I wish I could tell you I know lots more about this thing than I do. I don't. You can also do things like global shape blending. So it's effectively saying, I'm going to take that ellipse on the one end and the circle on the other one and do a smooth blend between those two in between. Sweep me. So now what I've got is this pretty great ram's horn that I made with an ellipse on the one end and a circle on the other end. And it's a big fat 3D shape that I can do some fun things with. So hopefully that you found that pretty cool. And we'll come back and do one more of these things in just a second.